Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Edge podcast brought to you by Lockin, where we have tough conversations with traders that have seen it all and made it to the top. Guys, today my guest is Bepo Trades. This guy is 21 years old, six-figure in payouts and profits from trading. Took him 3 years. There he is. So I think there's going to be an interesting podcast where you'll tell a little bit more about what trading really is and how did you even make it at such a young age. So first of all, thank you for coming on. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, and I'm really glad that you actually asked me to join this podcast because I see there is a lot of scam influencers, especially on YouTube, X, and they're just like they are not even profitable, and they are saying a bunch of crap shit that doesn't even work. So that
Tell
is
me,
huge problem right now.
how do you spot a fake influencer? Because in the trading space, it's a big
It's
pain in
actually
the ass.
so easy. It's actually so easy because I'm in this game for like 4 years. And when I first started, everybody seemed legit at first. But then I saw recently one guy is like telling all the people like that he pulls like 30, 40 RR per month, which is crazy. That's not even hedge fund level. I think that you actually know who's that guy.
Yeah.
He's popping out on X. That's just bullshit, bro. Also, when they are posting just wins without any losses, then when they are telling you that they have like 90% win rate, which is impossible. So all of that, actually, it's very logical at the end. You just need to think with your own head, and that's it. It's not even that hard to spot the fake ones.
Right. So what is your story? How did you even get into trading? And also at such a young age, because I think you were like, what, 17 back then?
Yeah, I started actually when I was 18 with trading because I was car mechanic back before. And I just realized one day that like it doesn't even matter how hard I work. I'm just not going to be able to scale that business. And I'm never going to become, I would say, millionaire or even six figures. And, it's just impossible with that normal
Yeah.
jobs. And then I realized that I need to change something. And I saw like I was doing a bunch of online stuff. I first tried, I think, drop shipping,
Okay.
and then
That's
I
the
decided to
typical
switch
one.
to trading. What did you
Yeah.
say?
Back then, I'm saying everyone was promoting dropshipping, no?
Yeah, when I first started, like 2022, 23, I think. Yeah, everybody, everybody was promoting drop shipping, and that's what I first started with originally.
And then how did you make that transition into trading?
Because I just realized that I didn't have that much money to spend on ads, and I just didn't have any business experience. And I just thought to myself, like, dropshipping is so hard. I don't see myself like in 10 years doing this. And then I switched to trading because I fell in love with it. And that's just something that I see myself doing for the rest of my life.
Makes sense. So, and how did you start? Was it like your own capital? Was it prop firms? You know,
I
Tell me
actually
what was the real beginning and what did you struggle with?
I actually never put money in the broker account when I first started because I just think that's so stupid. Like, if you know that you are unprofitable and you know that you're gonna lose your money, why would I do that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know why people do that, but you can, especially if you are in futures trader, you can buy account for like $20 and that's it. Like, why would I put my money on the risk when I know that I'm unprofitable, when I can just use pro firms? It doesn't make sense, but it is what it is.
And how were you trading back then? Did you trade any specific strategy? You were, following some influencers? Like, how did you come up
Yeah,
with
I
your
was
own music?
I was following some guy on YouTube. I think it's called JFX. He was trading supply demand and all that stuff, and he was aiming in his. I actually bought his course, and he was aiming in his course. He was, I think, 1 to 30, 40 risk to reward. And when I saw that, I was crazy with it. I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna buy myself account. I'm gonna pass that account, and I'm gonna hit big, like 1 to 20 risk to reward, and
Yeah.
instantly I'm gonna make 20K per month. And then like a few weeks later, I just realized that's not how trading works, and that's it. And
Mhm.
then I started with the ICT 2022 mentorship, I think.
Okay.
uh and then I switched to ICT and I became profitable after, like, I would
Uh-huh.
say 2 years. It took
I
me two
think for
years to
people,
become profitable.
I want to ask you one thing. For people that don't understand what is ICT, how would you explain it in very simple terms?
it's literally liquidity grabs and then fair value gaps. That's it. It's all you need to know. And maybe I would say timing, because he's usually talking about New York M session, which is, in my opinion, the best, especially if you are trading Nasdaq, S&P 500, and all that stuff.
And during that 2 years, what was the struggle? What would you say? Because you kind of knew how to trade, but then you had to also obviously adapt your strategy and your execution. And how did you become profitable? What were some of the biggest obstacles that you had to overcome?
Actually, there was a lot of things going on, but the thing that actually made me profitable is literally backtesting. And I don't know why nobody in this industry is talking about it, but when I backtested my model, like 10 years, I backtested 10 years, 10 last years in the market every single day, and I documented every single trade outcome. I just knew that down the line, I'm going to be profitable, that my model actually works, and I'm confident in it. So I really don't know why is there nobody is literally talking about backtesting. I never saw that somebody's talking about it, but backtesting made me profitable because I knew exactly what is my win rate, what is my maximum losing streak, how much I can make in a month, how much I'm gonna make in a year. You know exactly the numbers. Like literally, you know everything from A to Z if you are backtesting. So I don't know why people are not backtesting, and it's so easy to become profitable because if you backtested and you have proven edge, you have the proven model, you just need to come to the market and follow those rules, and that's it. You are profitable. Like it's not even that hard, but nobody talks about it.
How would you say, what is the process of finding the edge? Because I think that's where a lot of traders struggle at the beginning, is they don't necessarily know how to construct their strategy, not even talking about the backtesting, right? So if you were to, let's say, like, walk me through all the steps that you did to become profitable, how did you pick an asset that you're gonna trade, and then how did you come up with like backtesting, what tools did you use, all these kind of things.
Yeah.
So a beginner trader can replicate that process kind of, or at least know how it exactly works.
So I would say the easiest way to find your edge is just to find something that actually works for you. So first, when I started with supply demand, I was backtesting also that strategy, but it just didn't work for me.
Hey, real quick, if you trade crypto or Forex and you keep running into the same set of mistakes, like taking profits too early, moving stop losses all the time, chasing the pump at 3 a.m., I know exactly what you're doing because I've been in the same place. And that's why we built Lock-in. Analyze thousands of accounts, over 400 data points per trade, 11 emotional states, every single thing that destroy traders. It's like Whoop, bad for traders. Now, if you want to get access to top 7 mistakes that destroy over 90% of accounts, go to lockin.trade and leave your email. That will also put you on a priority access for the Lock-in app. Now, let's get back to the podcast.
Because every supply, or let's call it demand zone, was actually a liquidity zone if you see it as an ICT trader. And then I just said, like, I saw that as a liquidity zones, not anymore supply demand, but liquidity zones. And then the last thing that I found was fair value gaps. And when I saw those inversion fair value gaps after the liquidity sweep, everything clicked for me. I don't know how to explain, but it just clicked for me. I knew that is something that makes the most amount of logic for me, and I just want to trade it, and that's it. Like I said, I want to master this because I really think this is how the market moves. I saw this in my own eyes, and I'm going to just master this strategy. So I would say that's how I found my edge.
What asset do you trade right now? How did you pick that?
Only NQ, because back in the days I was trading crypto, I was trading forex pairs, I was trading all that you can find on TradingView, literally oil, gold, everything. And I just realized like you only need one pair, which is Nasdaq, New York M session. It just works the best for me, and I stick to it.
And now you do have a system also when it comes to, like, let's say, the amount of trades you take per day. Do you have a maximum or no?
No, I just have I would say like trading windows. So from 9:30 till 11 or 12, I'm trading, and that's it. Like final macro, M session, and that's it. Monday till Friday. I don't care how many trades I'm gonna take, but it's usually because I need to see a lot of things. I refine my system. Usually there's gonna be one trade per day, not even one trade. Sometimes I can go like full week without any trades. And all those ICT traders start to shake their ass on chair, but I'm just chilling because I know, like I said, because of the back testing, because I saw like throughout 10 years back, I know that that's completely fine that you don't have a trade in 1 week.
What kind of tools do you use for backtesting? Because I think people want to know, like, how
Just
to
trade
backtest a strategy.
it's the same way that you actually trade. Like you just go in your cam session, you play the price. When you see your setup, you take the setup. And the most important part that people don't realize is that backtesting without journaling is nothing, because it
Okay.
doesn't matter how you can backtest hundreds of years, but if you don't journal and if you don't like write all the possible scenarios. So let's say if you are targeting 1 hour, if you are targeting 2 hour, if your entry is on 1 minute, if your entry is on 5 minutes, you need to document all these things, because you're going to see that, let's say, every single Wednesday you lose a trade. Then you're not going to trade on Wednesday. It's simple as that. And that's why you always need to journal and check every single possible outcome. And that's what
And
made
what
me
were
broke, literally.
what were some of the things, I'm curious, like for you specifically, what did you find in your journaling?
I just found out that the best time to trade is just New York M session. I also found out that Nasdaq is working the best. I also found out that whenever I go against the hard time frame, I lose. So let's say for all those ICT traders who are gonna watch this, so let's say if we are inside of 1 hour bearish gap or 4 hour bearish gap, and you want to take bullish position, long position, that trade is most likely gonna lose, because it doesn't have any context behind it. You are taking a long position when we are already inside of bearish gap. So it doesn't make any sense, right? Because bearish fatal gap can easily bounce the price and go lower. So you get it.
Would you
So
say
that's
you
something that I
struggled?
found.
Say that again.
That's something that I found out. And also, when drawn liquidity is already met, usually I see that most of my students are asking me like, Bepo, how can I find a trade? I just tell them like, there's no trade for today. Drawn liquidity is already met. There's no trades. So get the fuck off the charts and come back tomorrow. That's it. That's literally it. You don't need to force any trades.
Yeah, I think that's a psychological aspect, which is very interesting, because like trading is kind of counterintuitive to life, right? Because in life, in general, if you want to make progress in anything, you kind of have to like push, and be on it every single day. So it might look the other way. It might look counterintuitive that, okay, if you don't take a trade on a specific day, you didn't make a progress, right? But actually not taking a trade is a progress, and that's a part of a strategy.
Of course.
Did you ever struggle with like any psychological stuff? Because a lot of people talk about over trading or FOMO entries, these kind of things. Did you have that kind of period where you struggled with that, or not really?
Yeah, but I just realized that the main problem was always the money. Because let's say if you force a trade, you want to make money. If you are scared to take a trade, you are scared because you don't want to lose money. If you over leverage, that's because you want to make fast money. So you see, it's always the money problem. It's actually not psychology. It's always the money problem.
Interesting.
So,
And
yeah. So
what are
if you
some of
just detach yourself from the money, it's going to be way easier for you.
How to detach yourself from the money practically, if you were to say? How did you do it?
I mean, that doesn't like, it's not going to come overnight. You just need to realize that's like process, but every single day you get better, and that's it. There's no way around it. You can't just wake up and detach yourself from the money. It's impossible, especially if you are struggling when you don't have rich parents and all that stuff, because I didn't have personally. So
And
it's hard.
In your community, what do you teach? What mistakes do you see people making?
It always comes down to one thing, like just backtest your model, and that's it. Like it's literally, it's so simple. I don't even know how to explain, but it's so simple. Like use it. Like I have a course in my community that is literally free, and you can just use all the concepts that I teach. Go to backtesting software, backtest for yourself, like just track all of your results, and you're gonna be profitable. Come to the market, and that's it. It's not even, it's really simple, but people don't understand. I don't know why, but it is so simple.
And how many prop firm accounts do you trade right now?
I have around 30 right now, but I'm scaling to 50 or even 60. And also by the end of this year, I'm going to pull some money in my live account.
Do you think every trader should like eventually transform towards the live account or no?
Yeah, because why not? If you are profitable for 2, 3, 4 years, you are leaving money on the table. You just copy
That is,
trade with your live account. That's it. If you are trading with multiple pro firm accounts, you don't lose those accounts because you are actually consistently profitable. You are not just pulling random payouts. Just transfer money with live account, and that's it.
How many accounts did you burn before you became profitable?
Actually, not that much because I always knew that I'm not profitable, so I didn't buy any accounts. So I was not in that cycle of doom where I would buy account, blow, buy, blow. I never do that because I just knew that I'm unprofitable. I knew that.
That's that's very interesting because most of the traders I speak with, they are like exactly as you said. They go through this phase of. I spoke to a guy, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I burned like 50 accounts." And I was like, "Jesus, 50 accounts is a lot of accounts."
Yeah, to be honest,
And yeah, tell me your perspective on that, and like, why did you never have that,
no
and
hate,
when did you make that switch?
no hate, but to all the other traders. But if you
Yeah,
like go 50 accounts, I think that you're kind of stupid because if you know that you're unprofitable, why would you buy account? I don't even understand. Like, why do you think that something magical is going to happen after you buy the account, even if you're unprofitable? Like, it doesn't make any sense, but whatever.
that's actually so interesting. So you're saying that you didn't buy any accounts, and then the moment your strategy, like the moment you had the data, it was just like, okay, now is the time to buy accounts.
Of course, I blew like few accounts here and there,
Yeah.
but when I found my age, I didn't blow any of them. So,
Did you have a mentor?
mm, I would say yes. I had a few mentors.
Hey, real quick, if you trade crypto or Forex and you keep running into the same set of mistakes, like taking profits too early, moving stop losses all the time, chasing the pump at 3 a.m., I know exactly what you're doing because I've been in the same place. And that's why we built Lockin. Analyze thousands of accounts, over 400 data points per trade, 11 emotional states, every single thing that destroy traders. It's like whoop, bad for traders. Now, if you want to get access to top 7 mistakes that destroy over 90% of accounts, go to lockin.trade and leave your email. That will also put you on a priority access for the Lockin app. Now, let's get back to the podcast.
But all of them were actually fake and unprofitable at the end. So I took few things from all of them and just like pair them in one model, I would say. So I would say yes and no because I had mentors. Like, I don't know how to explain this, but they are not mentors if they are unprofitable. They can be mentors. So
Interesting. Do you believe in even having trading, having mentors in trading? Like, is that necessary or no?
yeah,
What can
it
the
is. I
mentor
would say
do,
it
for
is.
example,
Yeah,
for
I
you?
would say it is because of all of my students who really put in the work, who really listen to me. They are pulling up payouts and they are like grateful for that. They are always telling me, Bepo, you changed my life. Thank you. You are not a scam. You are one of the realest in the industry. And of course, it is necessary, but it's hard to find that one person you can trust because today every single kid is gonna open TikTok account, record some trading content, and it's so fucked up to find somebody that you actually can trust and it is legit. It's very hard.
So actually, if you were to say, let's say someone is new coming to trading, how would you advise them on education? Like, where should they get the knowledge from?
For YouTube, mainly YouTube, just binge watch YouTube 24/7. Then you're gonna find something that you like. Maybe you're not gonna like support resistance. Maybe you're not gonna like ICT stuff. You're gonna find something that you actually like that makes the most amount of logic for you, and then just stick with it. And then find mentor, and that's it.
And what kind of people did you watch back then, or you still watch maybe some of them?
I don't watch YouTube anymore because I found my age. But back in the days, I was watching everything, like literally all of those fake gurus. I watched all of them.
I have a question for you. Do you think that your edge at some point can go away and then you will have to tweak the strategy or no?
No, I think it's not gonna happen because I backtested the last 10 years and results are literally the same. On average, 30 risk to reward per year. So if you I would say like 30% returns. So if you risk one, you're gonna get 30 in returns. So it's always the same number, I would say. Sometimes it's 25, sometimes it's 35, but even if it stops to work, if IFGs don't even work, or liquidity, or all this stuff, I would just find another strategy, backtest the last 10 years like I did with this one, and that's it. We are moving on. It's not that hard, like I said, it's very simple.
So now a little bit of a personal question. Let's say
Okay.
you are done trading for a day. Because
Okay.
how much time do you spend on the chart, like realistically per day?
I would say 3 hours, from 9:30 till 11 or 12. So 3 hours, I would say.
And what do you do next? Because there is still a lot of hours in the day.
So I go to the gym, I go to the beach because I live here near the sea.
Yeah.
I hang out with my friends. Sometimes every single week I record YouTube videos. I don't know. I pretty much I'm free for the rest of the day. There is nothing I do for real. Like I don't have a job
And
or
yeah, no, I mean you don't have to. And
yeah.
how do you see yourself long term? What are your goals? Like, do you wanna forever trade like that, or let's say you wanna
Yeah.
put some money in stocks? Like, what is your vision for the future?
So to be honest, I want to open hedge fund like in maybe 5 or 10 years. If
Okay.
my system still it's gonna work, I just want to open hedge fund or something like that because I just want to go away from social media. I just can't watch anymore those bullshit stuff on social media. I just can't do that anymore. Like I want to delete YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, everything, and just trade, and that's it.
Would you say that social media right now for you is helping in your personal trading, or no? Like being present online as a
No, of
as
course
a
it's
trade.
no. The only reason why I'm doing social media is because I'm bored as fuck, and that's it. Because I don't have anything else to do, and I'm a really hard working person. And when I'm not working, I feel bored, and that's why I do social media. But besides that, social media is full of shit, like full of crap. Social media is not even like you're not gonna learn trading, real trading on social media. You can introduce yourself to trading, but real trading, you're not going to see that on social media. Never. I never saw it, and you're never going to saw it.
Yeah, real trading, you just have to spend time on the chart, and that's it.
Yeah. On social media, everything is marketing, I would say. So, yeah.
Awesome, man. I mean, I really like how simple did you put trading, because it's literally a strategy and then execution and then trusting the data. And I really like how you don't overcomplicate, right? And I feel like that's what happens to most of the people, because the whole thing of blowing accounts and then revenge trading, over trading, it comes from like not knowing what to do, right?
Yeah. And like I said, they are not detached from money. Again, ask yourself, let's say, what was your problem when you started trading? Give me one problem, one
No, I
psychology
mean,
problem.
my psychology problem was like I would not have a strategy. First of all,
Okay.
I come
Okay.
from crypto, so I did not really have a trading background. Like, and that's one of the things I'm seeing now, which is like, you know, mm, people in forex. If or people like you, prop firms, when I speak with them, they're like, I trade New York session or I trade Asia session, and I trade one asset, and if I don't get my whatever confluence confirmation set up in the first 45 minutes, I'm out. That's it. And the rest of the day, I don't care. For me, it was like, okay, I don't see a trade, I'm gonna force a trade because I have to do something, right? So that
But
was
you
my
see
problem.
again, why? Because you want to make money, right?
Yeah.
It's again always the same thing, money problem. That's what I want to say.
No, I think it's 100% valid. And for the
Yeah.
people that, let's say you have only 1 minute, and you have some sort of advice to give to people that are just starting out in trading,
Okay. Sorry, I
what did you
didn't. I
say?
didn't hear you. Can you repeat?
If you
Sorry,
had
I didn't.
Yeah, if you had 1 minute to give
Okay.
advice on trading for beginners, what would you say?
So go on YouTube, binge watch YouTube, find something that you actually like, something that makes the most amount of logic for you. Stick with that strategy, back test it like maniac. If it's profitable, it is profitable. Come to the live market, just repeat the same process over and over again. Don't make mistakes. Don't take the trades that you didn't take in your back testing, and that's it. Like it's so easy. That's the only thing. You don't need to watch. You don't need to find new mentors. You don't need to find new strategies. You don't need to force anything. Just backtest. Take your time. See what's working the best for you. Collect all the data and use the data in your advantage. That's it.
Awesome. Awesome, man. Love it. Love it. For the people that want to follow you, where they can find you?
So Bepo trades on all the social media platforms. Instagram,
Awesome. We're gonna
YouTube,
link it.
X.
We're gonna link it below so also people can follow you.
Okay,
Thank you for coming
bro.
on. It was a very
No
good
worries.
interview.
Thank you, bro.